The autumn wind brings a pirate ship that frolics across the sea, that both common man and superfan ride upon with glee. It sets its sails on Sunday with a stool upon its mast, and that sounds the ring of the internet's king and a bristling black mustache. The autumn wind brings outlaws, misunderstood and feared, and blow for blow they'll vanquish foes while drinking down their tears. The world amazed, all singing praise with Casey Smith upon the stage. Dave and Dan, Dan and Dave.
Really? Ain't nobody care about Dan and Dave. It's prime time, baby.
Welcome to the Pro Football Show presented by Barstool Sports. We are back in Texas. Dion, Dave, Dan, I am Casey. And right as the red light was coming on, we were already arguing about our records here, guys.
I don't know why.
Well, you won last week.
Yeah, every week.
But you, well, so far.
I'll tell you why. We're filming this early because Dion's got us on a leash here with the schedule. So it's a fucking Tuesday out here. So he's like,
subject to change.
Yeah, well, and he's like, the picks are subject to change. Well, on last week I have the Lions, even though the Saints were my mortal lock. The Saints were my best pick of the week. So if we get dinged,
How do you get dinged?
Well, first of all, the Patriots didn't have Cam Newton. That mattered. And the Saints was because Stu Feiner, who's the worst handicapper ever lived, picked the Lions, and I knew he'd be wrong because he always is, so I made the Saints my best pick. So we're doing this on Tuesday, but
so everything's just subject to change
How
at this
about
point.
change? What's the change process? You
declare it?
All right.
No,
okay.
you called me.
All right.
When I was on your show right before the game, what did I say?
No. You that was calling you. Then what about the people at home?
They gotta ride with it. They gotta ride with it.
He calls
so I gotta
you.
proclaim it.
You
I have
gotta
to say
proclaim it
on Twitter and Instagram.
Yes.
All right.
So whatever
Well, I
picks
proclaimed it.
You proclaim what?
The Saints.
on this show.
After the game.
Your timeline's messed up.
Your timeline's
You
messed
have
up.
been everywhere. Hardest working man. But you did do the Saints on Wednesday, and then you picked the Lions on Thursday.
Two different shows.
Yeah.
How's that possible?
You did it. This is what
Because
you
you
did.
went against Stu, and then when you came here on Thursday,
I talked you into it.
you went with the Lions.
Yeah, you did it one on advisors, one on
You
this
wanted
show.
to go against me so passionately, you went for the wrong team.
I think it should count as a push.
Yeah, I mean,
That
it's
makes
both
no
teams.
sense.
It's no push.
Yeah.
You have been all over the place, Dan. I know you said. Did you see him working out with the teenagers yesterday?
He's proud of it.
Yeah, he's a
but
new
he
TikTok
looked good.
star.
He looked
I
good.
wasn't proud of it, but
You
it's
are proud
like
of it.
Whatever you got to do for the business.
Your shirt is off everywhere.
Well, no, that's these kids. Their shirts are off, so I was trying to be like, hey, fellas, I'm one of you.
But you wouldn't have took your shirt off unless you was proud of it.
The shirt was coming off no matter what in that situation.
When you saw Dave doing that, did you say to yourself, now that's a recruiter? Because that's the same demographic.
point.
17-year-old guys.
You know what?
Going to get them to Barstool.
That's a good point.
You go in, you assimilate, you do what they do, you talk
your
like
shirt
they
off.
do, you whatever, you just
I
get
gotta write that
These
stuff
kids,
down. That's how I need to
Those
recruit them.
kids are like, for that demo, the most popular humans on
They're
earth.
huge.
Huge.
So we could get you some Jackson State recruits
I
via
coach that
TikTok.
demo every day.
They're just
Yeah.
TikToking all over the place.
Did you get to do any dances?
I didn't do any
He
of the
calls
wiggle
them
dicking.
Yeah, wiggle dickers.
Well, they
That's
do.
what he
Like
calls
when
them.
you grew up, you played football, probably got girls. Now you'd be a loser. It's like you grow up, you wiggle dick in front of a mirror.
I can't even understand that, what you just said. There's a lot of stuff I'm learning on this show. A lot of
They
stuff.
just they wiggle their dicks in front of a mirror.
That hadn't made it to Texas yet.
No, it has. Trust me.
I
That's what
seen
they're
it.
doing on TikTok.
That's what they're doing in LA. Before we get to the games of the week, a lot of big headlines in the NFL, but the biggest one, the first firing in 2020, Bill O'Brien out in Texas. Of course, his first year as the GM. And Dion, you've been really heavy on the fact that he made some bad trades in the offseason.
It's one thing to be a head coach and you lose games, but another thing to be the head coach and the GM, and you're responsible for the personnel within the confines of that locker room. You're responsible for the day-to-day decisions that brings you to a record that you had not won a game, and you traded one of your best players in the franchise history away to Arizona. That was evident to happen.
The house that Bob built, as
Yep.
that guy said last week.
Yeah, that's
In
right.
shambles.
Yeah, right.
Yes. It was to be expected though, because he did the classic move of any coach that's on their dying breath, where they then sit back in the offensive install meeting and say, "I'm going to be calling plays now." I love when coaches do that. When they know the seat is hot, they're like, if they're a defensive coach, they're going to start calling the plays on the defensive side. If they're offensive coach, so Dion, that's a little tip.
Yep.
Don't ever do that. The minute a coach says, I'm going to start getting my hands on the play calling more, that means they're about to be fired.
Yeah.
The Belichick coaching tree continues. Is there anybody?
To bite the dust.
Wait.
Yeah.
There's nobody.
Yeah, they got
We're
the
thinking of an
Dolphins.
obvious one. Oh, well, Brian Flores is good, yeah.
The verdict's out on him. I mean, but
Yeah.
But Patricia's struggling.
Patricia's struggling, yeah.
Bill O'Brien. obviously
Romeo
just got
Cornell back
filed.
to the job, but he struggled
Charlie
beforehand.
Weiss. I mean, if
Charlie
you want
Weiss, no good.
depending on how you view success, Charlie Weiss might have been the most successful coach
How
of all
else
time.
do you view success?
Well, he
besides
got paid
success?
millions upon millions of dollars to not coach. I would say that's
That's not
successful.
success.
Yeah, that's successful.
That's a
Success
buyout.
is winning.
He
to
got a
you?
buyout from
Success
Notre
may
Dame
have
for
something to do
20.
with
He's
winning.
still getting paid.
Of all the issues that we have with race and coaching and whatever, you know who gets the number one pass? Notre Dame. Charlie Willingham was like the best coach that
Tyrone
Willingham
You know what?
that they had in like the last 3 decades. They got rid of him like that, and everyone else
Let me
sucks.
tell you something. The hood everywhere just stood up and clapped for you.
It's true. It's crazy. It's crazy. He got
Bro.
he got
won like 10
Everybody forgot.
Yeah, and then they gave everybody a much bigger like leash than him, but he actually was better than most of the guys. The guy they have now is kind of winning.
Then he disappeared.
Yeah,
Where
what
is
happened
he?
to him?
Yeah, where is
Did he ever get another job after that?
Can we get him a call in on? Can we have him on the show?
Maybe there's more than me see it because he was very good. He was great at Stanford. He was at Stanford first, right?
Yes.
He was
Where
great there. He was
is he,
very
though?
good at Notre Dame, and then he's gone.
Dan's looking it up
Tyrone
right now.
Willingham. He is right now not coaching.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
what
hasn't coached since. No, he went to coach Washington from 2005 to 2008, and then was just done.
You know
Crazy.
how long ago 2008 was?
Long time
Long
ago.
time ago.
12 years.
And these coaches, they just recycle, and he was it's crazy.
Yeah, that's not
crazy.
right.
He was
Shame
on.
you, Notre
Yeah,
Dame.
he was on the. He was a member of the college football playoff selection committee in 2014.
Strange.
Very weird. Let's get into the storyline games of the week. We are going to start with the Colts at the Browns. Now, Dion, you've been big on Odell all season. He
Yeah.
had an incredible game last week against the Cowboys.
How many he scored? I forgot.
He had 3 touchdowns.
Oh, okay, I
yeah.
forgot.
Yeah,
Sorry.
but I mean, Dallas's defense is horrendous. But how much do you put into the Browns right now, seeing what they're doing?
The Browns are like a seesaw team, man. They're up, they're down, they're up, they're down. The best thing about the Browns, their running game is off the darn charts. I can't put a lot of pride into what they did against Dallas because I don't even know who Dallas is right now. But the thing about it, they scored a lot of darn points. I mean, 49 darn points. I don't think they're going to come back and score 49. Baker is on a seesaw as well. I don't know who he is. He only had to throw for, $150, $160 last week,
Yeah.
and they still won, which was great for a team. This is going to be a good game, but I would give the edge. Whenever it's a good game and I feel like it's balanced, I go with the home team.
Dave?
I'm going to give that to the Browns.
Okay.
This to me is, I said this last week, I think I was the only one on this esteemed panel that the Cardinals would be who they are, and it's a week where we're going to find out, are the Cardinals the team that kind of got over the hump, or are they still the same old Cardinals? This is that week for the Browns. If the Browns are legit, they win this game. I don't think they are, so I'm taking the Colts.
Yeah, I mean, the Browns, they ran for 307 yards against the Cowboys. They're not going to be able to do that against the Colts. Now, the Colts haven't played the best competition, but the Colts defense has looked very good against the competition they played. It's 2 running teams. It's going to be a low-scoring game. I'm going to go with the Colts as well. I just think the Browns, people always get excited about the Browns because they want them to be good, and I want them to be good, but that Cowboys, the Cowboys couldn't stop anything. We could have ran.
That is one thing that always bothers me about the Browns. I think Cleveland Brown fans in that franchise, they deserve a great team. Their uniforms are so ugly. The team does not fit the uniforms in the city.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
The uniforms are nice.
Wait,
I like the
yeah,
uniforms.
yeah.
but
You said
they're like grinder.
Oh, I think they're gorgeous. I think their
I love the
helmets.
uniforms.
Yeah.
But they're not like I want to see a running team in those uniforms.
Well, they are.
running
They are
team.
now. Yeah.
But I don't like.
Yeah.
I don't know, like T.O. and Baker. Those guys. They don't fit like the mold for me.
You want something flashier?
You called him T.O. I love
I'm
T.O.
off.
But that actually,
OBJ.
we all knew you
OBJ.
meant. We all knew what you meant.
OBJ.
We knew exactly what you meant.
You know exactly what you was trying to do.
And we knew.
That was a Freudian slip.
We knew what you meant.
Yeah,
It's true. It's true.
OBJ initials. Initials.
We got you, Dave. Don't worry. Before we move on,
brain's
though,
off.
with the Colts, we talked about their defense, but what do you think about their offense and Phillip Rivers right now?
I love me some Philly Rivers. See,
I know
that's
you
one of
do.
my favorite quarterbacks of all time because he takes it like it is. If he plays like garbage, he walks up to the podium and said, "I stunk, guys." It's not too many quarterbacks that does that. This guy, what is he throwing for? 73% completion percentage. I love this guy. He's not going to be the reason that they lose the game if they lose this
I
game.
mean, he definitely could be the reason.
He's not. Philly Rivers is a winner.
Moderation. In moderation.
He's a winner.
No.
He is a winner.
What's he ever won?
He's a winner.
What's he ever won?
He's a winning
What's he
guy.
ever won, though?
He's a winner.
So it's the big winners against each other. Odell Beckham versus Phillip Rivers.
The big
Odell
winner.
can't be Odell without Baker. But you know what? They thought that. They heard us say that on this show, and guess what they did?
Now they're
Yeah.
going together.
No, they did a reverse pass, and they let somebody else
Jarvis
throw it.
Landry. No, Phil Rivers though. Phil
We took it out of Baker's hands.
I think Frank Reich is one of the best coaches in the league, and I think
agree.
Phil Rivers. They figured it out very quickly after the first week when they lost to the Jaguars, which is a head scratcher. You can't have Phil Rivers throw the ball 50 times a game. So they're
Nobody
running the
wants to throw
ball a
the
lot
ball
more
50
like
times a game.
they ran the ball a lot against the Bears. They've been running the ball, controlling the clock. So I think they're playing to his strengths, and that's not throwing it 50 times a game.
All right, let's run through the picks one more time. Dion, you're going
Cleveland.
Cleveland. Dave?
Colts.
Colts?
Colts.
I love it. God, I love it.
All right, let's go to the Raiders at the Chiefs. Now, Dave, you picked the Patriots to beat the Chiefs. That was before Cam Newton had corona, so I know that has a little asterisk next to it.
Big asterisk.
Big asterisk.
He's my MVP.
Yeah, I know. So we'll see. But what did you see from the Chiefs against Brian Hoyer and Jarrett Stidham in that game last week?
So, I mean, the Patriots, I came out, I like to do this just to keep so people know where I stand. I come out with my NFL rankings after the week's over, and I came out with them after the game. I have the Patriots number one.
Okay.
Boy, that was no surprise.
Well, I think they went into Seattle, which is a tough place to play. They got stopped at the 1 yard line. But on neutral field, they're better than the Seahawks. And they probably beat the Chiefs by 30 if Cam played. I mean, they dominated that game. So I'm very happy with that. I thought the Chiefs looked weak. They're exactly who I thought they were. I do think they blow out the Raiders here. The Raiders kind of suck, but the Chiefs are exactly who I think they are. I said it last week. I'll ask it every week. How many times have they won a Super Bowl when they've had to go through New England? The answer is none.
It's Brady, Belichick, Portnoy.
I like where the season's at.
Dan?
I have a question, Dave.
Thank you.
Do you think Bill Belichick called up Tom Brady last night and was like, hey, I'm sorry, because I just watched two guys play quarterback in Jarrett Stidham and Brian Hoyer, and that's what my life could have been?
No.
That was horrendous.
It was horrendous.
Yeah, it's horrendous.
But that's what the rest of the
sorry,
world
Belichick didn't know that coronavirus. is
No,
gonna
but I'm
take out
asking you a
quarterback.
question of, do you think Belichick, maybe in the back of his head, he'll never admit it, like, hey, maybe I
They
should.
wouldn't have been in that situation.
Like, Tom Brady is special.
Time out. No, because we have a quarterback. He just got corona. But we
No,
had
I know.
Brissett, we had Garoppolo, so he gets quarterbacks.
Right, but these guys, like,
He would
this
never
is-
settle with those
watching
quarterbacks.
Brian Hoyer play was like, wow, this
Yeah,
is.
but Brady, I mean, Belichick gets very good quarterbacks. Like, we have a great quarterback. He would never be stuck with those two guys outside of a pandemic.
Outside of a pandemic, I actually thought the Patriots, like, they were in that game. There was a couple calls that were very weird, and then Brian Hoyer, I'll say one nice thing about Brian Hoyer. He stays in the pocket, even while he's getting sacked and past getting sacked.
And by the way,
he
just
has
stays
no
there.
internal
I
clock.
tweeted this out too because Patriot fans would go bananas when he took that sack to end the first half. It's like, I'm not gonna get mad at Brian Hoyer for being Brian Hoyer.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't think that was Joe Namath.
His
walking
internal
out. It's like
clock.
fucking Brian Hoyer.
You were
Yeah,
mad
the
at
big
COVID
cat.
for taking
The
Cam
big-
away.
Yeah.
The big cat had, I think, one of the funniest tweets this week, besides Nick, that when he said Belichick wanted to push him in the throat.
Oh yeah, I said Belichick's going to throat punch Brian Hoyer. Like, I just imagine at halftime after taking that sack, because Belichick, like, I think Belichick can deal with, like, interceptions, the other team makes a great play, but bad situational football. I just imagine them walking into the locker room and Belichick being like, "Hey, Brian, can you come here for a second?" And bam, right in the throat.
That was just
Like not even paying attention.
That was hilarious because the timing of it, and everybody was thinking the same thing. So thank you for that tweet.
That had to drive him insane. Situational football failure.
Again, it is Brian. I mean, Brian Hoyer is exactly who he thought he was. And on the opposite side of you, and I'm not just saying that as like this crazy Homer Patriot. Well, like the Bears are 3-1, and their fans Patriot fans, I think for the most part, pretty encouraged by this team. Obviously,
they were in that game.
When you have Brian Hoyer as the quarterback instead of him, who can't start over Hoyer, you have a problem.
Kansas City played down to the level of competition last night.
That one made me want
They played down.
Dave almost hit you.
The Patriots are not. You don't play down to the Patriots. They're the Patriots.
They played down.
Okay.
It was not a sharp game by the Chiefs. They wasn't as explosive as they normally are. You got to credit the Patriots for that. But let me tell you something. The Chiefs got a habit of playing. They played it again like that with the LA Chargers. They played out. Then they come back on Monday night and just dominated Baltimore. This team has to be consistent with who they are and play up to this level. They will dominate the Raiders. This will not be a close game.
Last year they did. I think that was the game where Patrick Mahomes threw for 4 touchdowns in the second quarter.
Yeah. But that was like it.
Yeah, they're going to kill him.
Yeah.
The people are now talking about the Chiefs 16-0. Yeah. That's starting to gain a little. Next week they play the Bills on Thursday Night Football in Buffalo. But the rest of their schedule, they have a couple of tough games. I think they play the Saints and the Bucks, but that's now starting to gain some steam.
There was a lot of hype early in the season with Derek Carr too. Do you think that's kind of slowed down a little bit?
Yeah, one good game.
I
like Carr.
I don't hate Derek Carr.
You don't love him.
No.
Well, weren't there all
He's got
those
small hands.
rumors?
I have not seen his hands.
His hands are small. He's got 4 fumbles this year. Small hands.
That has nothing to do with the hands.
Yes, it does.
Fumbles does not do it.
Deion, on Sunday, he had a fumble that if he had another inch on his hands, never would have happened.
How can you say?
I watched it happen.
How can you say that doesn't matter? You hold the foot.
It literally. Give me that.
So that's just like saying a field goal kicker is a better kicker if he has big feet.
I don't want to take down.
What's the same thing?
He was like this. He was like this, and then he went like that.
Well,
he tried to grip it, and it went like that.
You're not hearing this over here, right? He said, "How can you say small hands don't contribute to football?" I say, "Well, do big feet help them kick longer field goals?"
This is crazy.
That's the same thing.
Put this on the board of an idiotic game.
You're holding a ball.
If
You don't hold a ball in your palm.
But if you have tiny hands and you hit it, it falls out
I do have
fast.
really small hands. So.
You hold the ball in the meat of the ball. You hold the ball up here, guys.
Yeah, but you have big hands. If you have little hands.
I
I just wanted you to say that.
Again, he had a fumble. I understand if you get the ball punched out, it's different. He had a fumble.
That's not
Watch
true.
this. This is what he did. He went to grip it harder, and it went like that.
That's not
That
true.
happened.
So you're saying
that was a fumble he had.
basketball, like if basketball
I can't
is
get it.
not
I'm all
easy
mic'd
to
up.
like knock it away if a guy has big hands he's holding? What is it, Deion? You're crazy.
No, that
Learn
has nothing to do
football,
with it.
man. Learn football.
Yes,
Most of the
play?
point guards don't have huge hands. They got
I'm saying
handles.
if you're holding a basketball with a bigger, it's easier to grip.
It's easy to palm a
They
basketball.
might take your Hall of Fame jacket away.
Football is not the same.
They might take your Hall of Fame jacket away with some of the statements you
big
had.
feet, you should be able to kick far the field goal.
I don't know.
Such a
That's the size of the foot
That
and the
makes
size of the ball.
absolute
The
no
size of the
sense.
foot and the size of the ball.
But you're not holding on to it.
You're using your foot to kick it. So don't you think if your foot covered most of the ball, you get more impact on the ball?
No, that one man was
You're
kicking.
thinking about it.
Who let you?
Yes, he is thinking about it.
I'm not thinking about it. You're just, it's garbage. What? It's garbage and it's rubbish. Who led the league in turnovers last year?
I have no idea.
Right, I think it was
It's like
Jameis
the stat is
Winston,
on
right?
there.
Jameis Winston's got 9-inch hands. Who never turns the ball over?
That's
Aaron
so
Rodgers.
His
He's
hands-
got like
so
12-inch
his
hands.
So Jameis Winston has something to do with the 30 interceptions.
Yeah, partly.
Nothing with
But it's
his
more
hands.
fumbles. It's more
Interceptions.
interceptions interceptions in bad weather. Absolutely, that
The
has
ball slips out.
Yes. You don't have as good of a
guys are
grip.
unbelievable.
It's more about fumbles, but interceptions in bad weather,
Unbelievable.
absolutely.
I don't know how you.
You're
It's,
like
just,
not even-
it's science.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
science.
it is.
Yeah, it is.
Yes, it
No,
is.
If you
it's
have
not.
bigger hands, you can hold a
You don't
football
get
tight.
drafted. I've never seen a guy. He's not going to draft him. He has small hands.
I guarantee you
No.
They do talk about
No,
hand
they
size.
talk about that, but
Absolutely
it does
is the
not happen.
tiebreaker.
It does not
It's
happen.
not the most important, but it's important.
It definitely contributes to
There's a
holding the
difference.
football.
We're not saying it's
So
the most
every
important.
quarterback that's got drafted has huge hands.
No.
So why do they still get drafted?
Because it's a tiebreaker, and I think that if you have a guy who has small hands, who has fumble problems, it's okay to mention that his hands, his tiny little itty bitty hands, have something to do with it.
like baby hands on the ball.
He has baby hands. He has 9-inch hands.
Dion, if we did a scientific, if we did, if we did a scientific experiment where you put every quarterback, they just hold the ball like this and with the grip, and you just go slap it. The guys with the smaller hands are going to drop it first.
Most
That's
of the
science.
time, a quarterback is under pressure. They're going to cup the ball and bring it to their body. They're not going to keep it holding it out.
But
if you have it in one
nobody
big
wants
hand
to do it
and
on
they hit
purpose. Nobody wants to get stripped on purpose. A lot of
Hold the
time.
ball. I'm going to show you what happens. Just hold the ball.
Like I'm throwing it like this.
Yep. See, what happens is when they come, that's what they do. That has nothing to do with the size of your
If
hand.
I had a
That has
much
something to do
no,
with
it
that.
isn't. If
That
I
has
could,
something to
if
do
I
with
in a vice grip, if I had the football, my hand all the way around the football, that
It
wouldn't do
doesn't matter.
anything.
They're straight-
It would.
they're hitting this.
No, it does matter.
It's crazy that you don't
Science,
think this.
man.
It's crazy. He has barely over
You know what
9-inch
he's-
han's.
You know what he's going to do?
Do you know how small that is, Dion?
And you know what he's going to do on his recruiting trip now? He's going to be like, "Can I see your hands?"
Yeah, he's
he's
like,
not going to tell her.
Yeah, right.
He's 100%
He's gonna start
going to be
doing
like,
everything.
"Let me see the hands."
Hey, kid, let me see your hand. Put your hands on the darn table.
4 fumbles in 4 games, and you're telling me the hand size has
The
nothing
hands
to do
has
with
nothing
it.
to do with it.
Okay.
Everything matters.
Everything matters.
In
That's a great
football,
quote.
everything matters.
Yes.
Not
It's a game of
hands.
inches.
Not hands.
I like the game of
Okay,
inches.
well, guess what? He's got less inches than everyone else.
That should be your slogan. Everything matters.
Everything matters. I'm not going to use he has less inches than everyone else. I would not use that one.
Yeah, don't do that one. Let's move on to the Bills at the Titans. Talking about hands all the time. Dan, do you think that this game is even going to happen? As of right now, they're saying the Titans are clear-ish.
I'm ready for this game. I think it's going to happen. I have no idea, though, what to expect from the Titans not being in the facility for a week and a half. I would assume, like you said last week, Dion, it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. There's Zoom meeting. There's so much technology now to prepare these kids. Long as they're conditioning, they're fine.
Okay. I mean, I like the Bills anyway. I think
too.
the Titans are somewhat fraudulent, and they're 3-0, but they're 0-3 against the spread, which tells you something's off.
And Dave, Josh Allen, continuing.
Josh.
He almost got hurt last week.
Yeah,
but
did you see? Oh, you might have
No, I
missed it.
did. I actually was
Yeah.
watching the Bills.
And then he threw that rocket.
He had a
Little
couple
scared.
plays, unbelievable. He's probably, I think, the AFC MVP right now, like I said.
Yeah.
Oh,
I agree.
Interesting.
I agree.
that has to hurt.
No,
a
it
little
doesn't.
Bit. Well,
When he has that
He's
smirk,
thinking
he-
about other
Yeah, I'm
names.
thinking. I'm thinking about a couple other guys. in the
Lamar,
AFC.
I don't know.
No,
right.
Lamar's
Yeah,
not up
so-
there. He had that
okay.
one bad
Yeah,
Monday
so
night
then
game.
it's,
He bounced right back.
It's Allen,
Yes,
like I said, which
Washington
you
football
mocked and made fun of me for a couple weeks ago.
No, I didn't. I
I think
agree
we could
with
pull
you.
up-
I agree with you.
Also, just so everyone knows,
I like
A
Allen.
dream sequence.
Yeah, this is-
Josh Allen. I think he is the second best young quarterback in the league. I think it goes Mahomes, Allen, then Jackson. I love Josh Allen.
Deshaun Watson just texted me.
What'd he say?
He just said you had lost your mind.
you didn't agree with that.
I didn't agree that Josh Allen is really good. I didn't say he was the MVP at
Well,
the time.
I said I'd rather him than Lamar Jackson. You act like it was
Oh,
an
no,
alien.
no, I would never do that.
Why?
That's
Still
too
don't- you
premature.
still don't think that?
No, he doesn't have enough games up under his belt that means something.
I just wanted on the record, I've been keeping official
Haven't they played
stats.
the same amount of playoff games, pretty much? Josh Allen
Yeah.
and-
Yes, they've played the same
Yeah.
amount of playoff games.
Yeah.
Both
One.
0-1.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know how I can say Lamar.
Josh Allen has 13 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. He got screwed out of a touchdown last week with John Brown, which was 100% a touchdown. And the interception against the Rams shouldn't have been called an interception. So I'm just keeping tally. He's thrown 0 interceptions.
Okay.
According to my
Mark
record.
that
according to your
down.
book.
My
Yeah, mark
record
that
book.
down.
This is going to be kind of an upsetty game for Tennessee. This is going to be a close game all the way through. But I do feel the Bills are going to pull it out. But Tennessee, this is going to be a close game all the way through. The Bills are due for one of those letdown games.
They almost had it versus the Rams. I like the Titans here. A very good game.
You like the Titans?
It's a flip game, yeah. I don't think the Bills are going to go 16-0. I think there's a spot where
So
they
you
can
think
lose.
this is the one?
Yeah, I think it's a spot they could lose. I will say I don't understand Corona at all. Like when you're like, are they going to play like what the Patriots, for example? I don't understand what doing from Sunday to Monday does. Fast testing or something.
Well, they need one more day to test
To figure out everybody else's testing. But, I
yeah.
mean, Titans every single day until early this week had new tests every day turn positive.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, so everyone plays by different rules. I don't know. This to me is just the Bills are 4-0, Tennessee's 3-0. They're both undefeated. Could go either way. I'm going with the home. It's almost what Dion said. I'm going with the home team, even though I don't know what matters. And
Dan?
I'm actually switching my pick now that I'm thinking about it more. Hold on, I'm going to explain it. I'm switching my pick. Dave said something interesting there that got in my brain, and I played it out. A letdown spot at some point. Guess who the Bills have?
I said that.
Guess who the Bills have on Thursday?
Oh,
The
Chiefs.
In Buffalo.
Yeah.
The Chiefs in Buffalo. They're all 4-0. They haven't been 4-0 for 25 years. They have the Chiefs coming up. That's going to be the biggest game on their calendars, circled right there.
Well, that's not true. I don't care what the
play the
Chiefs
Dolphins
are.
again?
Patriots. The Patriots are the biggest game for the Bills.
So that will be their biggest game on the season.
That's right.
Circled calendar, Super Bowl champs. I think this is the letdown spot.
You guys
Titans.
going for the Titans?
Yeah.
Titans.
I'm definitely going for the Bills.
That's smart.
Yeah, put a star by it.
Put a star
That's
by
start.
it. Make sure you guys mark
Smart.
that down in the truck. All right, so before we get to more games, let's go to everybody's favorite segment, #Truth. And Dave, last week you said the Saints are officially done. They did beat the Lions.
There's just no way the timing of how we did these shows add up.
You picked this game six different ways.
You did.
My pick
So
of the week was the Saints.
On
We
Wednesday.
did this show on Thursday, though. Advisors was on Wednesday.
Yeah.
It's just not possible.
It happened.
The Saints are truly done. I think
Ooh, I like that. I
Spicy.
like that.
It happened.
they coined that.
Well, because you picked the Saints solely because Stu picked the Lions. That was
That's
the only
fine. I
reason.
put a lot of stock in how bad he is. All right, my truth this week, and I have to look. I think the Bengals are going to make the playoffs.
Wait,
Wow.
that's my truth from week one. So
Right,
you're
but
on
then you
it.
jumped off of it.
No, but
Yeah,
your
you
truth
jumped
still
off.
counts as your truth.
Yeah, I
like
love
that, though.
Burrow. I
like
love
that.
Burrow. I love Burrow. I think they're going to make the playoffs.
He's
Okay.
awesome.
I love
He's
that
so awesome.
story of they gave him
Yes.
the game ball for his first victory, and he just put it back in the bag because he liked how it worked, how it threw.
Which it reminded me of the Shea Patterson, Jim Harbaugh last year. They had the game ball off. Remember that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Shea Patterson, Jim Harbaugh gave Shea Patterson the game ball. Shea Patterson put it back in Jim Harbaugh's office, and then Jim Harbaugh snuck it into Shea Patterson's backpack.
Shea Magic was
Shea
not
Magic.
magic.
Yeah.
The sweatshirts were fire, though.
Yeah, they were nice.
All right, Dan, what's your truth of the week?
I'm sticking with what I'm going to do every single week. My plan every single week is I'm going to take the Ravens and they're going to pump the bad teams. So my truth remains that the Ravens are the bullies on the block. They stink against good teams and they will kill bad teams. They are playing this week. Who are they playing? The Bengals. Oh, so whoops. There we go. I think they're going to kill the Bengals.
Nope, Bengals are going to play. And by the way, Jimmy's Seafood, shut up. Jimmy's Crab Shack Seafood, they keep tweeting at me, acting like the Ravens. The Ravens are a joke. They're like, oh, the Patriots lost. Dude, we had a high school quarterback. You had your MVP look like he was a high school quarterback. Shut up.
Dion?
I'm going to throw this out to you guys.
Okay.
I want you to ponder this thought. Cam is on a 1 year, and he kind of hinted like it's just business. Like as if he's passing through, just going through a car
When did he
wash.
hit that?
He hinted to
He
it.
did have a
Yeah.
comment.
When?
He said
was a
that
real
it's like
comment.
this is a business year.
This is business.
When did he say that?
Last week. It was
I don't know if it was specifically
real.
I'm leaving New
He
England.
didn't say I was leaving.
All I've heard is the opposite.
No,
It's more
no,
prove
no,
it. I
no.
think he was more talking about how this is a prove it
No,
deal.
he wasn't.
But he
were
could
talking
prove it
about
there.
the business side of it, and he was like, "No, I'm just here on
It's
business.
like a Revis.
Yeah,
when he
I'm
was
just
with
here
the
on
Patriots.
business." What if he is here on business, and Dak Prescott continuously does what he does, and your guys go after Dak?
He will be a free agent at the end of this season.
Thank you.
He's
That's all I'm
throwing a
saying.
lot into the universe
That
right
would be
there.
very
That would be
interesting.
I'm just
very
telling you,
interesting.
it
And then
could
the
happen.
Cowboys get Cam?
I don't know if the Cowboys will get
Still
Cam, but the
switcheroo.
Cowboys have to go somewhere else. But think
Why
about
would
this.
Cam leave New England if we're willing to pay?
Because they're not willing to pay.
But
that might
then,
be-
How would we get
Okay,
that?
well, let me just tell you this. This is how athletes think. You caught me on sale, and you really disrespected me. Now I went and balled out. Now you want to pay me. Nah, I'm
Well,
good.
how did the
wait,
Patriots
but-
disrespect Cam?
No,
They caught him on sale.
I
They gave
wouldn't
him
be shocked
They gave
if
him
they
two
don't-
hand claps and a snap.
offer him the most.
But you think the Patriots wouldn't pay Cam and then go pay Dak?
I don't think that part doesn't make sense.
He's a little
But I
safer.
wouldn't be shocked if the Patriots, if Cam is he is a free agent, and he gets all the offers, knowing Belichick, he's never going to just overpay a position.
And somebody else might overpay for him.
Right.
That's
Someone will overpay for him.
That is a little bit of a misnomer with Belichick. He has paid in the past, but he has things like
They're not known for paying.
Like Roosevelt
Overpay.
Colvin. And
No, but he won't. You agree? He won't overpay.
No, they're not known for paying. Period.
No, they do pay. That's
No,
a
they don't.
misnomer. That they have paid guys.
And
Someone will
in our football
overpay for
fraternity,
Cam.
they're not known for
Someone
paying.
will pay too much for Cam.
It's not too many teams out there that could do
He
it.
won't overpay for a guy that he feels is going to somehow hurt. He won't just pay for names. He pays for how it fits.
There you go.
Do you think that he would pay for Dak Prescott, though?
No. Like, I
What
don't.
Dak
Yeah,
is
that part
doing
doesn't
right
make
now.
sense.
What Dak is doing right
Like,
now.
if Cam's awesome, like, Dak is going to be more than Cam.
Yep.
So,
Yeah,
that's where I
that's
don't-
where it doesn't make sense. But
But
Dak
you're more-
is younger.
But
Right.
are you more safe with Dak?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's who are their Patriots? They like safety. That can
I mean,
ball.
I like it. It's a crazy thought.
Just throwing it
It's
out
a
there.
crazy
It's my
I'll give
thought.
you credit.
It's my truth.
I'll get you the Pepsi version of the Yoo-Hoo, which is probably better, way better, if that
Yeah.
comes to fruition.
I also
with
like
you on
that
that.
that's your truth. Your truth is just Deion's been thinking crazy ass thoughts.
No, that could possibly happen.
You sit here out on this property and start to look up at the stars
It's like,
and weird
ah.
shit.
I don't
Could
think.
possibly happen. Could happen
I mean, it's not Dak's fault that Dallas is losing.
at all. And Dak is balling.
I didn't. By the way, I missed the Cam thing because everything I've seen is Cam loves
No, he
playing
said-
here.
no,
It
he
wasn't
said-
fully. It wasn't like
Yes,
I'm out of here.
No, it wasn't.
was
I'm out of
just
here.
that
I'm here on
it's
business.
I
It's just a
disagree with you wholeheartedly that he's
I'll
like,
look it up.
oh,
I'll look
spite
up the
against the
stat. I'll
Patriots,
look
they
it
got
up.
me on. What are we supposed to do?
telling
Pay
you.
100 times more than when no one else
telling you
wanted? When they're the ones that wanted
the
him.
way guys think, that's the way they think. Now you got me on peanuts. Since you did that, you're gonna have to pay me for what you didn't give me last year. That's the way guys think.
That's crazy though,
But that's the
because
way they think.
without the Patriots, he may not even be on the team right now.
He'd be on a team, but not on this type of team.
Through 5 weeks, I think that's the most interesting truth so far.
Yeah.
Dak Prescott may end
That's
up in
what
New
I do.
England. All right.
I don't think it was. I'm looking at the quotes right now. He's basically saying more so that like he knew that if he didn't do well
Give me the
this
quote.
year,
What is the quote?
if he didn't do well this year,
No.
knowing that if I don't do what I'm supposed to do, this could be good riddance for me. That's
No,
as serious
that's not the one
as,
I'm talking about.
as it is.
That's not the quote I'm talking about.
that doesn't seem
That's not the
anti-patriot.
one I'm talking about. The one I'm talking about said clearly, I'm here on business.
I've
He
seen
said he
ones where
described
like,
this week as a business, this season as a business trip.
Thank
but
you.
That, but
That's
that
what I'm
could-
talking about.
But
Read
that could be
part of it. No, read that part.
I'm trying to find it. But
This
that,
is a business
that
trip.
to
I can
me-
find where he's like, I don't want to talk about the contract. I'm just blessed to be here winning and on
Yeah, he
I
never
love
said that.
Belichick, and we're both
Nah,
geniuses,
definitely
and I'm
didn't
going to
say
do hieroglyphics and the
Definitely
whole
didn't say
works. What do you think of the way you ever seen how he tweets with like?
I ain't got this ignorant. I can't even read that kind of
What
stuff.
was, like-
I can't.
What- yeah,
I
what's
can't
the-
do
It
it.
has to take him an extra 45 minutes to do
You
that.
gotta
When did
have
he start
glasses.
doing that?
He's been doing it for a long time.
Yeah, but you gotta have glasses to even read this. Stuff.
Does he have some sort of like software that translates
It
it?
has
Because
to.
how else could
Maybe
you
it's
do
a
that?
maybe it's a different keyboard. Maybe he doesn't.
I
even
love
know
me some
that.
Cam, but I ain't with that one.
It's weird.
All right, we'll mark that one down. Let's go, before we get to more games, let's go to the Sunday conversation with our correspondent, Caleb Presley, who sat down with country music star Morgan Wallen.
Morgan Wallen, country music superstar. Tell me about your new single, I Wish There Was More to My Hometown.
Something like that. More than my hometown.
What's wrong with it? It's just small, or?
It's a song really. It's saying how much you love your hometown. Really,
And Tennessee's a long state, isn't it?
it's pretty wide. I think it's about 7-8 hours. Something
Is
like
Tennessee wide or is Tennessee long?
that. I think both.
And which one's better? You like wide, don't you?
Well, not necessarily.
Morgan Wallen likes fat chicks. Is that true?
Love them.
How do you avoid the groupies?
Well, you do the best you can.
And what do you call a group of groupies?
I don't know, a few pieces.
What do you say to people who say Morgan Wallen has jealous fans?
In what way are they jealous?
They don't want other people to like your music. They want to keep it for themselves.
Well, that's awful selfish.
They're more selfish than jealous.
Yes.
Morgan Wallen's fans are selfish. Morgan Wallen. What makes a song a song? Is it the singing?
No, I think that's part of it. But I think the delivery matters, but so does the substance.
And what kind of substance are you using?
Well, we're not going to talk about that.
Is it true that you drink on the job?
Yeah.
Let me run you through a couple different jobs, and you tell me, is it okay to drink on that job?
Okay.
Doctor.
Probably not.
Pastor.
Probably not.
College athlete.
No.
Not a job anyways, amateurs. The Morgan Wallen Foundation. Tell me about that.
Well, it's still being dreamed of.
So you don't have a charity foundation?
No, not yet. Do you? Do you have one?
We've got Zai eating the ice cream this week.
It was Balls.
I think Balls was with Roan out in California. Got it. Yeah.
All right.
They were crisscrossing the country.
Let's go to the Ain't Nobody Care Game of the Week presented by Pepsi this football season. Prepare your taste buds for the most iconic sports watching drink of all time, Pepsi, with refreshing deliciousness, specially formulated to keep your eye on the ball and mouth-watering fizziness. Pepsi has everything you need to power you through game day. Pepsi made for football watching. Dan, this week, we've got the Eagles and the Steelers.
So we do care about this game. I did a little bit of a curveball this week because if you look at the slate, there's ain't nobody care about games left and right. Dion, let me I'm gonna rattle it off for you real quick because there are, if you look at every single game this week, there are so many ain't nobody care about games. Carolina, Atlanta, you care about that?
Oh my goodness, they should put it on a Saturday.
Arizona Jets.
Nope.
Jacksonville, Houston.
Ain't nobody care.
Miami, San Francisco.
Yes,
nobody.
I care about that.
Half of it. You
Okay,
care about
half of it. So there's a lot of ain't nobody care about games. So I figured let's go with a game we actually do care about. Barstool Sportsbook in Pennsylvania. We're going Eagles. We're going Steelers. I wanted to just see these fans. And it's gonna be a big weekend, and we can talk about this game after we watch these guys.
It's good, Dion. It's your boy Dunphy here. I am a diehard Eagles fan. As you can tell, got it tatted all over me. I'm also the mayor of Philly, so whenever you come to Philly, let me know I got you, bro.
What's up with it, Dion? I'm repping that Steeler gang out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the greatest NFL city on earth.
Game of the week. Game of the week. That's simple. That's what this game should be advertised as.
The reason why you should pay attention to this game is because it's an in-state PA rivalry, even though they ain't never did nothing to rival us. So that means our team's gonna bring out the best.
You got the best team in the NFC East, the Philadelphia Eagles.
Fuck Philadelphia as a city, franchise, and the fan base.
Fuck the Steelers. Go Birds all day, every fucking day.
Fuck Geno's. That shit tastes like trash. You want a real sandwich? Come to Permane Brothers in Pittsburgh. Order the pastrami and add an egg.
Bird gang all day, baby. Let's go!
Bang bang Steeler gang.
I love it. He is. Everything about him is Philadelphia, but we do care about this game. It's going to be exciting. Like I said, it's perfect that we have the Barstool Sportsbook app live in Pennsylvania, and we have this game this week.
And I believe you'll have to do your due diligence on this, but our promo that we set up should be ready. Our Victory Monday promo in Pennsylvania, perfect game for it. So the Eagles win on Monday. If you bet through the Barstool Sports app, place a bet on the Eagles, they cover. Free sub at Primo's.
Yep.
And there's all locations everywhere.
Okay.
That's a Victory Monday. In Pittsburgh, if you take the Steelers, they cover. Primanti's. So we got the two cities, two famous places. You place the bet, any amount, show the wager, free sandwich, Victory Mondays all season long.
I love it.
That promo is an electric promo. As for this game, Steelers.
Yeah.
Steelers.
I mean, the Eagles,
I'm not sold on the
win.
Eagles.
They gotta win.
That was a really
you
nice.
can't put sold on and the Eagles in the same sentence.
Right, but I'm going to give him credit. Carson Wentz, like everyone's talking about him. There's a lot of negative energy. They came out and they won a game that a lot of people didn't think they were going to win.
I didn't think they were going to win, Dan.
Coast. Yeah.
San Francisco played like garbage.
They did.
The
but guess what? Doesn't matter.
hooked the whole team up. Hooked the whole secondary up.
But I like the Steelers.
That whole team's hurt too.
Yeah.
Now,
like the Steelers. Yes,
Dion,
this is.
question for you. You like to remind us how you played and all that shit.
Not really.
Guy Garoppolo. And we said on the show, like, if Mullins has a game, there could be a little due to do. I know.
Yeah.
So is Garoppolo happy?
Yes.
You sit on it.
It's just like in baseball when everybody you platooning with a guy, you wanted the guy to strike out every time. You don't want him to ball out. You want to play. So everybody, Garoppolo's not happy if the guy's out there balling. They got to stop that nonsense.
You don't want to get Wally Pipp.
This is what I hate about the Eagles, amongst many things. I don't like the dual quarterback thing. Like, if you're going to play Jalen Hurts, play Jalen Hurts. I don't like you coming in and make cameos.
I always hated when you put guys. Not only that, I don't like when you put guys in at the goal line. I feel like you see that fail more. It's like the guy fumbles or something. Like, you get all the way down there, and
I don't like it.
I'm going to throw out an exception, though. What Sean Payton does with Taysom Hill, that's different, right?
Sean Payton is a darn
Because that's a different package. I agree with you. If you're throwing Jalen Hurts in there, they threw him in there. He lined up as a wide receiver. Everyone was like, "Oh, well, Carson Wentz is going to lateral this to him," and then what they do, he lateral it to him. It was no imagination.
And not to mention the fact in this particular situation, at least in New Orleans, like Drew Brees can't run. Like Carson Wentz is pretty mobile, so I mean, you can pretty much run anything you want with him that you could run with Hurts.
Dion, going off of Dave's question, give me the timeline right. Your last year with the Braves was '93.
I have no idea. I'm not a historian when it comes to that.
Were you rooting against them in the World Series when they finally won a World Series without?
No, because I wanted them to win.
Sure.
Yeah, because those are my guys, man.
Okay.
Like when you're on the team, you just don't want the guy to do well at your position.
If you're on the team.
Yeah, when you're.
What
off
if you
the
get
team,
injured and then your team? Like Julian Edelman gets injured and
you want him to win because you get a playoff cut. You get a share.
Okay.
Yeah, but for a guy like you don't care about the cut.
I want to win.
Right.
I want to win. Let me tell you something. Pittsburgh, I like them. I don't love them. I like them, but they're better than the Eagles. So I'm going with Pittsburgh on this.
If the Eagles win this game, changes the entire outlook on those guys.
They're in first place right now.
Which is disgusting.
It's crazy.
Horrible.
That's disgusting.
Horrible.
Crazy.
And I know you've said this, Dion, but you don't think having the week off because of the COVID stuff will affect the Steelers at all?
No, what happens is they got more time to prepare for Philly.
Yeah.
That's all that was.
I have a quote for you, actually.
Mike Tomlin. The NFC East isn't good. That's a division that should be like when Buddy Ryan. That was a great division.
Mike Tomlin said the week off gave them an opportunity to pause and take a global perspective on competition.
Global
I don't know what that means. I don't know what that meant. It sounded really intelligent.
He loves to do those quotes.
It sounded really intelligent.
He also said that
if you didn't use the word global, it makes sense. Like a holistic look at our competition. I can live.
Here's another one.
Can I throw this out? Since we on Tomlin, can I throw this out? You know where they had open house for the Hall of Fame this past year.
Yeah.
A bunch of coaches, a bunch of players went in, right? So that means Tomlin's automatically in, right? Compared to the coaches that got in?
What do you mean open? Oh, everyone got elected.
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
Well, no, I think because he's still...
everybody named Mama got in there, right?
No, because he's still coaching.
I know, but when he concludes...
Yeah.
Who got in that
Cowher?
No, it's a no.
No, but Cowher. No, but Tomlin and Cowher are going to end up with the same resume, right? Like they're going to end up with one Super Bowl.
Bill Cowher coaches butt off.
Right, but so can Tomlin.
You shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame as a coach if you got one Super Bowl. You just shouldn't.
They got two.
Cowher's got one. Cowher's got one.
He went twice.
But he's got one.
What does that mean?
Yeah, but Tomlin went twice as well. Tomlin went twice as well. Yeah, it's true.
Going there, I mean, you don't get nothing for going there.
Yeah, like Levy.
Tomlin won.
Levy go.
Yeah, Tomlin went. Yeah, Levy went 4 times.
Yeah.
Tomlin went twice. He lost to the Packers and he beat the Cardinals.
Right.
But here's the other Tomlin quote. Ready? The Eagles don't have a bunch of injuries. They have a lack of availability at the wide receiver position. I like that as well. Nice spin zone.
That's a great.
That's
Tomlin
a good spin zone.
Tomlin, I think, smokes weed.
You know what I need you guys to do for me? I need you guys to give me some of that stuff so I can spit it out in my press conference. So they can say, wow, that was a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll watch. We'll have an earpiece it.
Yeah,
earpiece.
we'll let you know.
Yeah.
Flipping on them.
All right, so Steelers across the board.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which makes me think Eagles.
Which makes me scared.
All right, it's time for the rapid fire games of the week presented by Rocket Mortgage. Rocket Mortgage can adjust your monthly payment, down payment, and closing costs in real time. When you need a personalized home loan playbook, Rocket can. They are the official mortgage provider of the NFL. Let's start with the Jags at the Texans.
Ain't nobody care.
Nobody cares.
You think Bill O'Brien cares?
This is a tough game to pick, man.
So Romeo
is Bill O'Brien rooting against the Texans now?
Oh, of course he wants them to lose.
Romeo is now the coach, right?
I think so.
I believe he is the oldest coach ever. It's not a new coach. He strikes me as a guy that actually the Texans will play for a game, so I'll take him based on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dan?
You said it to us last week, Dion. I can't remember which show it was, but when a guy gets fired,
they play for their job.
Yeah. Now everyone starts looking around the room, being like, well, they're going to get a new coach next year, and that new coach probably doesn't want me, so I'm going to have to be out on the street, so I got to play for a job.
You know what? You just convinced me.
Well, I told you your point back.
I know. I just wanted you to say that.
How
again.
long is Deshaun under contract for?
A long time.
He just resigned this
4
year.
years.
Yeah.
4 years.
Jeez, what a waste.
160.
What a waste.
Yep.
Dion, you're going with the Texans?
I'm going with the Texans.
Yeah, I'll take the Texans
home.
as well.
What a waste.
All right, let's go to the Cardinals at the 0-4 New York Jets.
Wow.
Dave.
Could be 0-16 Jets. I'll take the Cardinals.
Dan?
I'm taking the Cardinals as well.
I'm scared of this pick. I'll take the Cardinals, but I'm really scared of this pick. This is subject to change.
Based on what?
Based on just time. I don't trust the Cardinals anyway. They hurt me last week. I was really high on them. And they played like the old Cardinals. The only reason I was high on them because the defense had been balling. They're in the top 10 in the league, and they played like hot garbage last week.
So maybe later on in the week you'll switch it.
Yeah, maybe.
All right, put an asterisk down. Let's go to the Panthers at the 0-4 Falcons. Dan.
All right, so my mistake last week, and I said this, I have 3 goals in life this year that I've set myself forward for myself. 1 is to lose a little weight, 2 is to spend more time with my son, and 3 is to respect Teddy Bridgewater more. He is so good. All he does is win. I got to respect Teddy Bridgewater more. Give me the Panthers.
Dion?
I like the other 2. I do.
You don't like respect?
No, to lose the weight and to spend more time with your kid. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for that.
Thank you.
You should have been respecting.
The one I'm only
going to
do is probably the Teddy Bridgewater.
I know. That's why I harped on those other 2.
Okay.
I love me some Teddy. I love me some Teddy. Like Teddy Pendergrass. I love Teddy. I would not pick the Falcons in an inner squad game, and I'm sick of it because I love them red and black. That's what I bleed. That's who I am. I got them red and black draws, by the way. But I'm going with Carolina. Julio's not playing again. He hurt his hamstring.
Yeah, he hurt
again.
Mm-hmm. Are you surprised Dan Quinn hasn't been fired yet?
What's the date? Tuesday?
Yeah, it could happen.
It could happen.
So far.
It could happen.
Let me actually look. You give your pick. I'm going to look just to make sure you get fired.
An absolute moron took Atlanta last night with the points. Not to win. I knew Green Bay would win. And I didn't like Dan Quinn doing one of these with a lineman coming off the field, like a little fist pump when they were down 14 as the game's over. I don't know what's going on, but he still seemed enthusiastic, if not defeated. And the Falcons suck, obviously,
right. Yes.
But they've had huge leads in most of the games. There's nothing embarrassing about losing at Green Bay, I guess. I do love Teddy Bridgewater. I always have. Mm-hmm. But
oh boy.
I take the Falcons.
No.
Don't do it. Don't do it. I don't even want you to do it. I don't even want you to do it.
That was a struggle.
Take it back, please.
This is an ominous tweet that I'm reading right now. There's no indication at this time that Falcons coach Dan Quinn is getting fired today.
Oh, he's gone. When they say that,
This is Tuesday. This is Tuesday.
Guess what? He's surviving these 24 hours.
You can't get fired on off day.
Yeah.
They played enthusiastically
Soft day.
against Green Bay. I will say, Matty Ryan.
How do you say
They
that?
did. They were into the game.
They get
body
checks.
language.
Why are we rewarding people in this country nowadays for what they're supposed to
I'm
do?
just moving it
We gotta
forward.
stop
I'm
that.
taking the evidence. I'm taking what I have, the info processing. I haven't totally quit. I will say Matt Ryan, to me right now, is the most sackable quarterback in the NFL.
He's so broken.
If you breathe on him, he falls down.
Yes, he's seeing ghosts. Oh. That play last night, I'm going to say last night, people are going to be like, what the hell? There's Saturday Night Football. The play on Monday night when he just short-armed it by about 10 yards.
That one I think he thought he was going to get pick sixed.
And he also thought he was going to get sacked, so he's seeing ghosts. He just doesn't see anything right now.
That was, I thought I was going to get backdoor cover the whole time.
So, Dave,
you were close.
If Dan Quinn does get fired, are you switching your pick?
Yes.
Well, we'll update it at the end.
Yeah, we'll update
it.
Because I still think they're playing for him.
Yeah, but if he gets fired, they're really going to be playing for their jobs.
Right.
So
I think they're no longer enthusiastic. I'm not going to get peer pressured by I'm telling you what I'm doing. I'm taking Atlanta if he's there.
You've never been one for peer pressure.
If he's not, then I'm out.
You should stay with Atlanta.
Thank you.
All right.
Don't try to reverse psychology. You think you're going to reverse fucking psychology? You're going to reverse psychology me? Don't eat your broccoli type thing?
Turning his head a little bit. Yeah. Let's go to the Los Angeles Rams at the Washington football team. Dion.
Rams. No,
Dave.
no, nothing else.
Rams.
All right.
But I do think Washington can cover, but Rams.
Easy enough. Let's go to the Bengals at the Ravens. Like we said earlier, Joe Burrow got his first win last week. Dave, you're a Joe Burrow guy. What do you think about this game?
Ravens win this game because they're cowards who like to beat up on the little sisters of the league. I think the Bengals are improving, but the Ravens will come back and Dion will be like, oh my God, Lamar Jackson, this, that, blah, blah, blah. Who cares? They're 14-point favorite. I'll take the Ravens.
Yeah.
Dan?
Give me the Ravens. The Ravens are like a big SEC school.
They're a bully.
That just beat up on little SEC schools, and then when they have to play Alabama or LSU, they get the shit kicked out of them.
Dion?
I don't see it that way. I'm taking the Ravens.
Okay.
But you agree?
No.
Yeah.
With everything we just said?
No,
and
no,
then you said the
whatsoever.
Ravens.
Nope.
So then take the Bengals.
I don't like the Bengals.
What
I haven't
happened,
liked the Bengals
what
since the
happened,
80s.
what happened when the Ravens played the Icky Shuffle? What happened when the Ravens played the Chiefs 2 weeks ago?
They got their butts smacked. Thank you. I picked the Chiefs. You guys picked the Ravens.
I think Baltimore comes out with a chip on his shoulder and they win this game fairly easy, double
Two
digits.
against one. I like that.
That's true. He did
irrelevant.
pick the Chiefs.
True. It's true.
He definitely was the only one.
That is
picked the
true.
Chiefs. Yeah.
This man
You
is
have the
gold.
camera. You have the
He is
sound guy
gold.
laughing at us for that.
He's
God
gold.
damn it!
He's, I
know,
know
he
the
just-
way he comments.
The sound guy's
His
like,
comments
these
are just
two idiots.
That's why I rewatch the show
I love
because
it.
some of the stuff I don't even hear. Sitting here, you guys are unbelievable.
That you just dunked on him. All right, let's go to the Dolphins at the
Oh, I
49ers.
dunked on him.
I mean, yeah, you were silent. You usually
I don't
have
know.
something to say.
When you did
I
work,
said something. That's what caused.
That's what caused
the uproarious laughter.
when you worked at the NFL Network, the people behind the cameras, are they stone faced? Because I actually
No,
like
they laugh.
like when people laugh and react because it's like
What they laugh,
really
what
hit.
they laugh about on
No,
the
we had
NFL
great-
Network.
you don't-
There hasn't
we
been
had great
funny.
crews.
There hasn't been one
We had
funny.
great crews.
There hasn't been one
because
funny
we
thing.
had
This
several
crew's
gold
better.
jackets up here and we went at it. I mean, it was good.
There hasn't been a funny thing said on the NFL Network in the last
Since I
2
left.
decades.
You mean since I left? Yeah. Yeah.
This
said you were
crew, I
coming
take
here, so
this
you could
crew over
leave.
that
This
crew.
crew's a great crew.
There you
They got
go.
a great crew. It's a
They've
great
all been
crew.
laughing all day.
And this crew over here is a great crew.
Just a lot of love all over the place. Let's go to the Dolphins at the 49ers.
It's a good
Dan.
game. Is Garoppolo
No,
back?
it's not a good game.
Is Garoppolo back?
49ers.
Is Garoppolo back?
49ers. Doesn't matter.
If we
It's
reran,
49ers.
by the way, if we reran the tape, 10 minutes ago you said no one cared about this game. Now you're saying it's a good game.
No,
No.
nobody cared about half of this game.
The 49ers are going to win this game. Kyle Shanahan will get it right. I think actually C.J. Beathard might play because he came in for Nick Mullins, looked good, maybe prevent defense, but he had them in a Hail Mary away from winning. So I'm going to take the Niners.
Dave?
I'm going to take the Niners here. Why are people asking for
Tua?
Yeah.
Because Fitzpatrick
it's
is done.
time.
Because it's not September anymore.
No, it's time.
I'm going to take the Niners. C.J. Beathard, by the way, every time I see him, his backstory is like his, father, grandfather was the GM of the Bobby Beathard of the Chargers. Always interesting.
And he has like a bunch of, I think he has.
He's like a music guy.
Yeah,
right?
Nashville music,
Yeah, it's an
tons of
interesting
stuff.
Who's
story.
quarterbacking for the Niners?
I just said it.
Who?
Maybe C.J. Beathard. But maybe.
I'm gonna tell you
Maybe.
something, man.
Maybe.
This is a good game. I don't have.
Did you see my man George Kittle?
I don't have the gut.
Did you see
Clip that
George Kittle?
together.
Hey,
Miami, San Francisco.
Yes,
Nobody.
I care about that
You
one.
half of it. You
Okay,
care about
half of it.
Yes, I care about that.
Can you
Man.
say George Kittle's the best tight end in the league? It's not even close.
If I call Travis Kelce beforehand and see if it's
no.
okay.
Kelsey. What's Kelsey doing?
George Kittle
doing
had
Dayton shows.
George Kittle had 15 targets, 15 catches,
Hey, let
185
me tell you
yards.
something. You're not. I love Kittle.
No, it sounds like you don't.
No.
No, if you love Kittle, then you name him number one.
Those guys are right there.
Nope, then you
They're
don't
right
love
there with
Kittle's
me.
better.
Then you
I'm
don't
on
love
the
him.
fence.
You don't love
I'm
him.
on the fence.
You can't say that. You can't be like, I kind of like Kelsey.
This is
I
going
love
to be an
Kittle.
upset, but I'm scared. So I'm going with San Francisco. It's going to be upset.
That made no sense.
So your official pick is the
It's gonna be an
49ers,
upset.
but
Dion's
it's an
double
upset.
pick of the week.
The
We need a
Dolphins
graphic
are
for
going
that.
to
Yeah.
beat the 49ers, so
Yeah.
he's going with the 49ers.
Can we get a
Got
graphic
it.
for that for next week? Dion's double pick of the week.
The Dolphins
doing that.
49ers is this one.
He had the
Okay.
Colts and Bears last week.
I'm going with San
He
Fran.
picked the Bears, but he loved the Colts.
They got
I
it.
should have pulled that trigger.
Either way, you're right. Let's go to the Broncos at the Patriots. And like we mentioned right now, we don't know if Cam's going to be playing because we don't understand COVID. He may be playing, he may not. So I'm going to let you guys pick if he's playing and if he's not
How
playing.
long is it? He should know. How long is the quarantine for your team?
I have no idea how it works. The president was quarantined for 24 hours. I mean, how do you know if you don't? No one knows what's going on.
They're saying if Cam is asymptomatic, which I think that he is, and he tests negative a couple times,
Correct.
he may be able to play.
Couldn't then a guy just
against-
lie if he's asymptomatic?
No, it's
fever?
It's fever, and it's also I think you need to have consecutive negative tests. So consecutive days with negative tests,
So if
and you
he's
can play.
right, so if he's
Honestly,
under
who
100.
fucking cares? The Patriots
Okay.
are winning whether I'm the quarterback here.
No, not necessarily.
Yeah,
You went too
You
far.
big Brett
You
Rippin
went a
guy?
bit far.
You big Brett Rippin guy?
No. The Broncos.
yeah.
Remember, I told you the Broncos aren't garbage. They're not great, but they're not garbage. I'm going with the Patriots though.
regardless of quarterback.
I'll take
Cam, Hoyer, Orsted.
I'll take the Patriots.
All right. Patriots across the board. Let's go to the Giants at the Cowboys. Dan.
Cowboys.
Do you know how bad you have to be basically a double-digit underdog to the Cowboys right now? But that's how bad the Giants are.
Yes.
Taking the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Because
and
the Cowboys going to score.
Well, and not only that, but the Cowboys can get run on, and the Giants can't run.
The thing that I hate about the Cowboys right now is Dak is playing out of his head, and nobody cares.
Over 500 yards every week.
It's getting overshadowed by the inconsistency of the ignorance of this team. Dak, it's ridiculous. 450 yards, for the last 3 weeks? And nobody's caring? Nobody cares? Nobody's saying anything about that? I like the Cowboys, but Dak is playing out of his mind right now.
Dan, you know what jumped in my head like a lightning bolt there for a prop bet for the sports book? First New York football team to get a win.
Ooh. I like
That
that.
didn't jump in your head.
I like that.
That did
We
not
also
jump in your
should
head.
do.
I just jumped. I said it publicly.
We should also do, Dave,
What do you mean?
for the Giants. I don't know how they price it, but the Giants have scored 3 touchdowns all year. They haven't scored a touchdown since week 2. Over under Giants touchdowns for the game. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
1.5.
Oh,
I don't know.
The Cowboys so bad.
Yeah, I know. Like, it's
Defense
tough,
is so
but
bad.
their offense
Yeah.
is so bad.
Yeah.
I like that though. First New York football team just to get a win.
It's
That's
tough.
good.
Yeah.
So Cowboys across the board, all three of you?
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Certainly.
Let's go to the Sunday night football game, the Vikings at the Seahawks. Dan.
Seahawks. Although the Vikings showed a little life, but yeah, it's the Seahawks.
Seahawks.
I like to say Russell, last name Wilson. That's kind of my saying.
Yes, it should be.
Dion?
MVP. Russell, last name Wilson, is balling out of
You
his
sure
mind.
he's the MVP?
It's tough right now.
Because I hate the guy
It's
who's
like
the
4
MVP
guys.
right now,
It's 4
but the
guys right
MVP is
now.
Aaron Rodgers right now.
You're right.
I really
mean,
hate watching Aaron Rodgers when he you know
He's just the hard
how
cap,
you
Dave.
take certain guys who like beat up on bully. You know what he does when he plays a weak team? He smiles a lot.
And he
being nice.
audibles at the line to throw it deep.
He increases his smile quotient a millionfold. Drives me nuts.
And he actually like high fives his teammates and stuff.
he's
which
a
he
friendly
doesn't,
guy
He
when
doesn't
you're
do
playing
it. Yes.
a weak
Yes.
little dandelion
Yes.
team.
Yes.
When he plays someone good, he's never seen him smile. He's mean. He's standoffish. When he plays a crap team, I'm just happy-go-lucky.
It's true.
All right, let's finish with the Monday night football game, the Chargers at the Saints. Dion, your guy Drew Brees. What do you
Love
think?
me some Drew Brees and Sean Payton.
Oh,
you
you're
know I'm
on
not
the
picking
ropes.
against them. I'm not picking against them. It's no way. The two games they lost was really good teams.
I loved the Saints last week. They were my mortal lock. I like them again this week because I don't believe in the Chargers at all, and I don't like the kid from Oregon.
You don't like
can
Justin
play.
Herbert?
Don't like the kid
He's
from
got a
Oregon.
rocket arm.
Play.
So did Jeff George.
Jeff George can play for real. I played with him. I played with him.
He had a
He
rocket
played for real.
arm.
No, still do
Rocket
it to this
arm.
day.
Surly.
If we had a team, a Barstool's team.
Surly.
No, if we had a Barstool's team, we would hire him just to quarterback for us. I'm telling you, because he dominated.
he was absolutely did not dominate in the NFL though. He didn't even come
He
close.
was dominant. He didn't dominate.
In practice.
Oh,
Unbelievable
dominant
arm.
versus dominate.
Unbelievable.
Okay.
It was good. Unbelievable.
Hey, Jeff George has to be the number one guy like that, where anyone who played with him
Rocket arm.
is like, he was incredible. And it's like, you look at it, says like, but no, he wasn't. But like, no, he was incredible.
He was.
So,
Was he?
so
He was incredible.
dominate versus dominant. Is it-
Oh, no, he literally was in
Yeah.
practice.
Yeah.
But he didn't dominate.
Right. You watch him and you're like, this
That
guy
makes
is
sense.
insane.
He like the old skills competition. You'd be like, you don't want to go up against
It's
Jeff
like
George.
Josh Gordon. Josh Gordon the same way, right?
Well, no, he
was
dominated until
but he didn't dominate.
Well, he did until
Well,
he got like
he
weed every
dominated
2
2
seconds.
years.
Let me ask
Jeff
you
George
this.
never. Yeah, and then he got like the weed. Without the weed, he's
Pure-
like
I don't think it was weak.
Pure talent.
Whatever it was.
Pure
Past
talent. Pure talent. Troy Aikman, Steve Young, Jeff George.
Pure talent?
Yeah.
That's a good one, man. What is talent to you?
The whole package, like if you like,
The whole
the way
package-
I would say
the
it
whole
is
package,
7
Troy
on 7,
Aikman.
running
Like,
watching 7 on
Troy,
7.
Troy Aikman, like honestly, if you said a picture of a quarterback,
Right.
Troy Aikman.
But no, I'm not talking about games. I'm not talking about playing, putting the pads on. I'm talking about you watch him. He's throwing, he's throwing for the combine, 7 on 7 drills against air, that type of
that would
thing.
be Troy Aikman.
Troy Aikman, really?
Yeah.
All right. I was hoping you'd say Jeff George because that's kind of his MO. Is like everyone's like Jeff George. You saw
He
Jeff
really
George.
wanted you to say Jeff George.
You think I was going down that street?
No, he
It
really
was too
wanted
easy.
you to.
Was he
I can't
as
believe
early as
Steve
everyone
Young is
said?
the answer.
Do you even say hello to you, Jeff George?
Oh, Jeff George is a great guy.
Never heard that before.
He's a great guy.
He was renowned surly, as Dan was
I
saying.
never heard that. What are you guys getting your information
remember that
from?
meme? Remember Angry Cat? That's Jeff George.
Where are you guys getting your information?
Jeff George is known to be his
Grumpy Cat.
That's like, and we've never met him, but that's.
And you guys indict Jeff George of that, but you got pom-poms with Blake Bortles.
Blake Bortles is a great guy.
Great guy.
So when I say Jeff George is a great guy, you can't believe that.
Well, no, because he's
but I've never heard that of Blake Bortles.
We know Blake Bortles.
I've never heard he's a great guy. I've never heard that.
We know him, though.
I got a few of his teammates right there.
We know him. Now, we don't know Jeff George, so he could be a nice guy, but the reputation is he's not.
Surely.
Blake Bortles may be a great guy to you guys because he's afraid of you
No,
guys.
that's different.
Because he know you got the power.
If you
and
know
you guys
Blake,
can light him on fire.
No, if you know Blake,
yeah.
you know the type of guy he is. He doesn't care about the
I
other.
like Blake Bortles. I just don't like him between the lines.
Well, that's fair.
That's what I'm saying. I
I disagree,
don't
but
dislike
that's
him.
fine.
He's the boat.
I don't dislike
And
him.
I don't like Jeff George outside the lines. Because he's surly.
I'm trying to think who else I like. Rocket arm guys.
Rocket arm guys.
Just that's all they were known for. Like you could just throw through the
I mean,
trees.
Jamarcus Russell.
Jamarcus Russell.
Yeah,
number one all
See, we're
time.
starting to think
That
about
was
it.
the most obvious bust of all time. I mean, when you can't pick up wide open guys in college.
Yeah.
Dan, what's your pick for this game?
What game? Oh, the Saints.
Yes.
The Saints.
Monday
I
Night
didn't know
Football.
what game we
Yeah, we
were
got off on a little tangent.
Yes.
All right, let's go to the Fantasy Football Factory Minute with the guys on the podcast.
Okay, thanks guys, and welcome back to the Fantasy Football Factory Fantasy Minute of the Week. Let's begin with some Stardom Sit-em.
Let's do Stardom Sit-em Cracker Edition.
Oh, perfect, because I have been dying to sit that hunky Gardner Minshew.
I meant edible cracker because I'm sitting Jimmy Graham.
Oh, okay, I guess that's something a little bit different. Moving right along, Nick Chubb got injured this week.
I think you meant to say Nick Chubb.
I don't think so.
Okay, let's get to our matchup of the week.
Whoopsies. Cincinnati against Baltimore. That's a matchup of the week.
I don't want to say we can see into the future, but that game is looking so Raven.
Oh, you're right. And you know what the number one rule of a rave is? Well, you know what the number two rule of a rave is?
I do not.
You gotta DJ more, and that's why I'm looking at Panthers versus Falcons.
That sounds like a show that should air on Discovery Channel after Shark Week.
Yeah, but enough about Shark Week. Let's talk about weak Sharks.
Okay, I'm going to bench DJ Shark. He's due for a letdown against the Texans.
Yeah, they got a new coach.
And they should be bolstered by Deshaun Watson, J.J. Watt.
Speaking of JJs who have been having good times that are dynamite, let's talk about Justin Jefferson.
Was that a Jefferson or a Good Times rep?
You know what? It was a little bit of both. And for my sleeper of the week, Keyshawn Vaughn of the freaking Buccaneers. Back to you guys.
All right, let's go to the primetime pick of the week, which I think it's still a survivor pool. I'm not sure. All I know is that Dan is still 4-0. He's the only one that has not lost.
I'm just giving people the. You're still alive in my survivor league.
And
I'm
Dave,
doing it for
Dave's
everyone.
the only one that lost last week. He did take the Cowboys, so Dave, will let you start this week.
Well, there's a million games, so I'll take. Let's go with. Let's make this really simple, and we will go with.
I'll go with the Cowboys.
The Ravens.
Wow.
There it is.
That was my pick.
Yeah, too bad.
So Dan's going with the Cowboys.
So I got to pick another team now.
Dave's going with the Ravens. Dion?
Well, I should get the first pick anyway because I'm the only one who's still alive.
Have I taken the Rams yet? I take the Rams.
You've not
Nope,
taken the Rams.
I'm taking the Rams.
Okay. All right, we'll mark that all down.
I might go 16-0.
That would be a waste.
Oh, such a waste.
Go
I
16-0.
wonder how many.
Such a
I wonder
waste.
what
And then
percentage
other
of people are still in this pool.
Such a
in
waste.
season pools.
Yeah.
All right, that's week 5. Anything else, guys?
No. Excited.
Dan Quinn. You think it's going to happen?
Probably.
That quote makes me think
By
it
the
is.
time this airs, maybe?
By the time this airs, we'll be live right after this, and we can be like, hey, remember when we said Dan Quinn wasn't going to get fired on Tuesday, and then he got fired on Tuesday?
When are we filming for next week? Tomorrow?
We're just spending the night. Yeah. We're just spending the night. Week 6 tomorrow.
We should actually do that one year as a gag. Just do all week 7, all 17 weeks before week 1.
In the same album, just the same thing.
Try to predict it.
This guy was garbage last week. Threw for 500 yards.
We're officially on Dan Quinn Watch, and let's go right now live to these guys updating you for everything on Sunday.